Okay, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm not very sure. I'm sitting here, I'm trying to do several things at once. So, let me know if y'all can hear me. Hi, Linda. So, before we jump into everything, I want to remind you what the weekly wow sale is this week. The new embossed are what are on sale. So they're typically $7 a sheet. They're on sale for $5.95, and they are awesome. Hi, Jackie. They're 12 by 19-inch sheets, and there's 18 different colors, and they're pretty. I think they're awesome. You know. And then also we've added some new colors, as you know, or some new different types. So we just added the light sensitive. Awesome, Mary Jane. Thank you for letting me know. So we've added the light sensitive vinyl. So what that means is if you didn't see my video on Monday about it, it's pretty cool. So there are 3 different colors: pastel red, pastel yellow, pastel blue. When you go out in the sunlight, if you're indoors, it looks white. And then when you go out in the sun, it changes to the color. And I think it's something neat. And what I always try to tell y'all is, hi, Mary. Whenever you are doing this, especially for a business, even if you're not doing it for a business, having a wide variety of things, it just makes it fun. Kathy, I have not done a tutorial on it yet. It's been kind of crazy around here. I'm trying to get everything ready at the shop so I can move my studio back up there. I miss being around people. So once everything's kind of situated over there, I will. I mean, there's so much going on, it's not even funny. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Sandy. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at on everything. But yeah, no. No, it's not available on a website yet because I don't like to offer things until it's been tested. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to offer y'all something and then not know if it's any good. And it's not the same as like the Caesar Easy Subly. Like, I have it sitting right here. It's different. Hi, Heather. So Caesar Easy Subly feels like kind of like a vinyl. Hey, Jasmine. But this is the special item. This is sublimation sheets. So the Subli print. So if you look at it, I'm not sure if you can tell on this camera, but it has like a texture to it. So will I have to wear a mask at my shop? No, in Texas they're not requiring to wear masks. But we are disinfecting and keeping everything clean. It's just our weather down here. Hi, Deb. It is extremely hot and humid. So trying to sit there and work with that all day I can't do it. But we are disinfecting everything, wiping everything down, trying to keep everybody as safe as possible, limiting how many people are in the store at a time, that type of thing. Still trying to follow social distancing. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. But yeah, I don't know how long today's live is going to be because honestly, it has been a long day. Y'all know back in December, Jeremy's grandmother, the end of December, Jeremy's grandmother passed away, and then she was buried at the beginning of January. Jeremy's grandfather was admitted to the hospital yesterday. Yes, yesterday. He's coughing blood. It's not COVID. They've tested. He tested negative. But he's 92 or 94. So trying to deal with all that. They did say he had a bad strep infection, but other than that, they're not sure. He's still running like 103 fever. So who knows? Hi Kim. Hi Deb. Hi Caesar. Or Caesar's Angel. So that's kind of how everything's going. Tomorrow will be the Patreon tutorial. So that will be fun. You'll get to see what's all in the kits because we've got some, it's going to have some fun vinyl in it. But yeah, how's everybody else doing? I'm hoping so too. I hope he gets better. I mean, I don't know how he feels about things. I'm sure I can, Christopher. That would probably be something I'd want to do like around prom time. Hi, 3 Vinyl Designs. But yeah, no. It's just been something. You know, I keep hoping that it'll get better, but it hasn't. I understand that, Angel. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, Tam, well, one of the things is like down here, Texas, our cases just keep growing and they keep opening things up more. So who knows? Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I hope things calm down too. I mean, but I think that's part of something like, you know, as you get older, it seems like things happen more. Maybe I'm wrong. Christopher, I am stressed, but I mean, it is what it is. I cannot change things. Yes, Linda, I do like to change my office. And part of the thing is trying to keep hi, Steve and Crystal. Try to make things functional for myself. Yeah, Tammy, ours is too. But Texas is weird because, like, for as many cases as we have, we don't have a high death rate. So I don't know how it's being reported compared to other states. Yes, my hair is wet. I did finally go last week. Was it Tuesday? And got my hair trimmed. No, it was Wednesday or Thursday. I could not stand it any longer. But I am that type of person, and this is what I tell my husband. You know, I love to buy makeup, but when it comes to like hair care and stuff like that, I may go get my hair cut once a year. I'm not one of those women that takes and gets my hair done, you know, every few weeks. Because one thing, I suck with hair, and it's just not where I want to put my money. But we was talking about it with my hairdressers, like that I don't, you know, for being 37, I hardly have any grays, like 1 or 2 is what she was saying. I was like, can't complain. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to jump on here and let y'all know. Well, Dana, it kind of depends on what you're wanting to do with it. Because there are several, and it kind of depends on the size you're wanting to go. Well, see, and Kim, that's the way I am too. I mean, like, I exercise a lot, and it is hot in Southeast Texas. Like, I had to cut it because the ends were dead from whenever it got dyed blonde. But, I mean, y'all see, I almost always wear it up. Almost always. It's just too hot. Yeah, see, Jennifer, that's one thing I'm thankful about. I don't have a lot of grays. I don't know, because like I see my mother-in-law and stuff like that, and her hair's completely gray. If I will take and sit there and constantly, like once it turns gray, if I'll go get it done. So Dana, for Roland makes a good one. Graph Tech, Puma. So it kind of just depends. Now, whenever you're using, and a lot of people don't realize this, when you are using a big plotter, because that's what they're called, you don't use like a Cricut mat and stuff with them. So there is a lot more waste of vinyl whenever you're using a big plotter. See, Tammy, that's kind of, I think, the look I want is like whenever it actually, if it goes gray or when it goes gray, I will probably leave it alone and let it be natural and then just do fun colors on top of the gray. You know, like temporary dyes and stuff like that. Because, you know, y'all have seen, like, I may not cut my hair often, but I do like to color it. But I always color it at home. I can probably count on one hand, and I'm almost 40, how many times I wouldn't have had it done in the salon. And I probably should, but you know, it's hair. You lose it and you know, you cut it off and it grows back. But yeah, for the cutter, the plotter, it kind of just depends on what you're wanting to do, what your budget range is for it, and things like that. Because again, you don't use a mat with it, so there is a lot more waste. But there are a lot of good brands, and they all run in different types of price ranges. Because here I have a Roland, Graph Tech, and a Suma cutter. So hopefully that helps. But they're all varying sizes and prices. Because I wanted something like when we bought the big machines, we want industrial, something that's gonna last. And there are plotters out there that are a little bit cheaper. Yeah, see, I could imagine that, Jennifer, putting blonde around face. See, I don't know, because I haven't, as I said, I don't have gray hair. And blonde is not something like y'all, even though I've been on YouTube now for 3 years, I did blonde for a while, but blonde is not a color I typically go to with my hair. No, Linda, there's still at the $4 level, but there are, with the $10 level, we changed it because we are adding more SVGs, and the ones for the $10 level are commercial use. So you're still, whenever you're at the $4 level, you're still getting what you were getting before. But if you're at the $10 level, there are extra SVGs for it. Okay, so Angela, printable for HTV or printable for adhesive? Steve and Crystal, y'all are amazing. Y'all always remember that. But yeah, and Patreon's one of those things. Like it helps support us. Because especially during like whenever the Rona hit and all that kind of stuff, it helps sustain our business. Yes, I would take and get some laminate, is what it's called. It's like a thin, clear vinyl that you put over the top, and that will seal the print. Because unless you're using like an eco solvent printer or a latex printer, then the ink can just scratch off of vinyl, if that makes sense. If you're using like your home printer, that's just not, you need something to seal it, I would always recommend. But what I was saying about Patreon, y'all don't have to do it. It just helps keep us going, especially like during the storm. We've had so much happen between storms and chemical plant explosions, the Rona. I mean, it's just been thing after thing. need to mess with my sublimation stuff more. I really want to. It's been so busy. Hi, Rhonda. But yeah, no, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, and I don't talk about, hi, Lori, money and stuff like that often. Like, I'll tell you, y'all can see I don't do sponsorships. I don't do very often things like that. Because it's like I tell people, like when they come into the store, they're like, which machine do you recommend? And I'm like, it depends on what you're doing with it. And it really does. And I just want to educate you. Yes, the $45 level is a lot of fun. And the reason why for the $45 a month level, it is a kit level. So you get the vinyl for the project, and then you get access to everything else. So if you're, no matter what level of Patreon you are, so if you're 45, you get access to the $45 a month level, the $10 a month level, and the $4 a month level. Rhonda, again, depends on what your budget is for a heat press, because heat presses can be anywhere from $200, like the Tessie heat press back there, to $5,000 for like the big one I have at the store. Yeah, you do get a lot of files with it, Kathy. And the thing is, I mean, that's the thing about it is, if you bought individual SVGs, and you typically get a minimum of 3 a week, most places, even at the cheapest, you can do, they're 99 cents a week or 99 cents a thing. So it kind of just depends on what you're doing. I keep losing train of thought. Here, I'll leave a link right here. I do have it in the description box, but Patreon, and whenever you see a video and you hear me talk about Patreon, that's where files are saved. And whenever you sign up, like if you sign up now or whatever, which you don't have to, the files are available. So you can go back and download files for everything. So everything that's been posted on there for, I think we've had it for a year and a half or so, or maybe 2 years. Yes, you did, Stephen Crystal. But okay, so Jasmine, I have the Sawgrass SG400. It's pricier than what you find on eBay, but I have also had people tell me that they have had issues with printers that they've changed to sublimation themselves, are ones that were not made for sublimation. So Sawgrass SG400 is an actual sublimation printer. They run about $500. This one, the problem with it is it only prints about 8.5. It only prints 8.5 by 11. They have an 800, which is like $1,600. So with that being said, which will print bigger sublimation prints, but you get the warranty and stuff like that. Like, that's my thought on a lot of things, like especially for my personal self. Yeah, see, Stephen Crystal, I'm not sure. Like, I've seen people who've had issues with all that, so that's why I don't always recommend. Latrina, if you've got 150 shirts to make, you need to look into checking especially if it's just like single text or whatever. Where you would make better money is to get in touch with a screen print shop that's near you locally, that you can sub out the work to, where you get profit and they get profit, but you're not sitting there pressing 150 shirts. I would never, unless they're all completely different, would never sit there and cut and weed vinyl for 150 shirts. You will make more money, and then you will also help other local small businesses make money if you get them screen printed. I mean, you can still design the artwork and stuff like that, but for that quantity of shirts, that's what I would always recommend. Yeah, see, Angel, that's the way to go. I mean, that's what I try to tell people is they're like, how do you do quantities with vinyl? I don't. I really don't. We have screen printing presses, so we do that here in our store. That is one of the things. Like before we opened up the vinyl store, we did signs, banners, T-shirts, all that kind of stuff, which we still did vinyl and we still did screen print. So I can tell you from personal experience. Or yes, you can order plastisol heat transfers. I cannot think of the name of the company, but there are several companies that you can get the plastisol heat transfers from. But I mean, my personal opinion is you're still going to do better working with a local screen print company. Keep your money in your community. You know, I appreciate when people order from me and it helps and stays inside my little community. But especially if you're in a small town, helping with your economy by buying local and buying small really does help. I mean, it is a true statement. Hi, Janice from the UK. So, hopefully that answers some questions. Yes, Lisa, that's what we were talking about, plastisol transfers. Which plastisol, if you're not familiar with that, is screen print ink. But when you're ordering plastisol transfers, that's the only reason I recommend checking with a local screen print company is you're not keeping your money local. Plastisol is an ink, Kathy. So the way that screen print works, there are a couple of different types of ink. There's plastisol based ink, which whenever you lay it down on a shirt and it gets, once it sets, so something like this, and then it sets into the shirt once it gets hot. Then there's water-based inks, which just have to dry on their own, but they're a little bit more difficult to work with. Oh yeah, Lori, I'm not, that's what I'm saying. Like transfers are not a bad option, especially if you're not in an area where you can get things screen printed. I hope I'm making sense on this. I'm not saying that plastisol or transfers are not a good option. Yeah, Kim, I've been doing it a long time too. But if you can get them to do the work and you make money, why wouldn't you do that? If that makes sense. Because think about it. So say you were for 150 shirts, say they're one color. Say you wanted to charge $10 a shirt. Okay. Well, you can go to this screen print place and they'll do it, all 150 of them, for $8 a shirt. So you're making $2 per shirt profit for yourself. The other company's making money. Now, if you wanted to get plastisol transfers for it, say the plastisol transfers were $2 each, then you have $2 or so or whatever for your t-shirts, depending on what you get, what kind you get. So say that's $4. Then you've got the time and labor put involved, and you have to add in for if anything gets messed up. Yes, Rhonda, I've done a lot of wine glasses with vinyl. So if that makes sense on what I'm saying. So you're not, and doing it like through a screen print company, if you're not out anything, if that makes sense. Yes, Tammy, we are. We're going to do some more Corel Draw videos. I'm trying to keep up with things. Self-weeding? No, I haven't seen that yet, Kim. But typically we go to shows. Like by this time of year, I've already went to at least a show, and because of everything that's going on, I haven't got to go to a show to see what's new and what's out. And one of the things y'all got to realize is, like, I get asked, can you do a tutorial on this? Can you do a tutorial on that? Doing 3 videos a week still isn't enough to keep up with everything that needs to go out. So I'm trying to do my best, but sometimes it will take some time to get videos up because, I mean, I'm still filming 3 videos a week, but I'm always getting asked to do a tutorial over this or to do a tutorial over that. And I'm trying to get to everybody's request. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. Anytime there's like a lag with and there is, like, on my end, like, sometimes there's a lag with whenever chats come through. It makes me nervous because it's like, did I say the wrong thing? Yes, we're going to do some more organization videos too. Latrina, one of the things they said, FM Expressions is a good place to get plastisol transfers. So hopefully that answers some questions on it. But I mean, people can do things the way that they want to. I just always try to, with ombre HTV, yeah, I mean, it's just like working with any other HTV. Like a printable, that's all the same kind of thing. And I do have videos on working with printable. So, I mean, the thing is, a lot of times where you're going to get differences in vinyls is if they're different textures or different brands, not different colors. Kim, I'm not sure if I've talked to her about it a little bit, but I'm not sure if she's comfortable sitting there doing the talk through and stuff like that. You know, some people are comfortable talking on camera. And yes, thank you, Stephen Crystal. They she's, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not, if you've seen her on camera before with me, she's just not very comfortable on camera, like, at all. Well, I'm glad you were able to come today, Tina. Occasion Mary, I have videos working with printable or printed, which is a type. Ombre is just a style, if that makes sense. She does really good, Kim. I'm so proud of her. And that's one of the things she's going to go to college for. Oh, I'm glad you love it, B. Okie dokie. Well, it is 5:30. I need to go cook dinner. It has been a long day. We will have a new tutorial tomorrow, Patreon. So I will be uploading the SVGs that go up along with that. Latrina, I do not off the top of my head, but if you go to Google and type in FM Expressions, you'll be able to find it. But I guess that's it. So we shall see y'all tomorrow. Bye.